Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Red Scarlet. This will be turn 3 for the British Commonwealth and France. I'm taking over for my ally Nexel on hopefully just one or two videos while he's unavailable. Before we get into it, we do have a few minor bits of housekeeping to address. From the Japanese turn, Dada does not collect any income, so we don't need to track that. From the first British Commonwealth and French turn, looks like the submarine did not get placed. It was supposed to get placed in M1. Instead, it got left in the Sahara. Then on French turn 2, it would have moved 1, 2, 3, and it'll start its turn here. From the second French turn, a naval transport moved from I4 into M4, but it doesn't have the range. So instead, it will have stopped in M8, and the infantry that it was carrying will have offloaded in Syria. And likewise, the British Commonwealth have messed up the range of their S&M as well in turn 2, resulting in motor infantry having been delivered to Maharashtra. 1, 2, 3, 4, instead of Calcutta, which it couldn't reach. I do believe that covers everything. So with that, we can go ahead and start the turns. We'll start with the tech, as always, for the British Commonwealth. We'll be rolling for LRA, hitting on an 8 or higher, and radar on a 7 or higher. LRA does hit. Sadly, radar does not. Over to our purchases. We do have 16 to spend for Great Britain. We are only spending 8. We're going to be buying a AAA, a militia upgrade, and a militia. For the FEC, we have 6 to spend. We're spending 4 on 2 militia upgrades, and for Anzac, we're saving everything. We have no combat movements, so let's hop straight into the non-combat movements. From I-11, we have an FEC naval transport picking up an infantry from Ceylon and depositing him in Calcutta. And then the naval transport will return to port in Calcutta. Let's see. Alright. The motor infantry in Maharashtra is going to drive over to Calcutta. The naval transport in I-7 is going to move 1, 2, 3 over to I-1. And it's going to go in port 2. Alright. Pretty sure that covers everything over here. That's all French. From Gibraltar, we have a naval transport moving back up to northern England, or southern England rather. And from southern England, we have a naval transport picking up an infantry moving down to Gibraltar. Of course, the infantry is disembarking in Gibraltar, and the naval transport will be going in port. We have an air transport from Ottawa picking up an infantry and flying to southern England. Where the infantry will disembark. And I do believe that's all of what I was told to do for the British in the movement. Okay, so let's go on to placing our buys and collecting our incomes. We have 2 FEC militia upgrades. That'll be Southern India and Delhi. Okay, we have 1 British militia upgrade in British Somaliland. We have a AAA for Cape Town and a militia for Southern England. Okay, collecting our income. Let's see. Anzacs at 3, FEC at 5, British at 14. So that leaves the British now at 22. Anzac gains 5, bringing them to 7. Sorry, FEC. And Anzac gains 3, bringing them to 9. Alright, let's move on to the French. We'll start with the tech roll. Tech board's not in the same place on this save file as it usually is, or has been. We'll be rolling for radar, hitting on a 7 or higher. That's a 7 and a hit. Over to the purchases, we have a 7 to spend, and we're going to spend it all. We're going to start a fortification and build 1 militia. Okay, on to the combat movement phase. We are going to be declaring 1 combat. We've got a medium bomber in northern Algeria that's going to be going out on maritime air patrol in M2. We have a naval transport in M8 picking up an infantry in Syria and moving 1-2 over to M2, and then gonna disembark the infantry into northern Algeria, and the naval transport will just hang out at sea. We have 1 infantry from Tunisia and 1 foreign legion from northern Algeria boarding the naval transport from M4, and then they'll continue on to M1, where both of those land units will disembark into southern France. I'm going to leave the naval transport out at C2 there. We have a submarine in M8 moving 1, 2, 3, joining the rest of the submarine flotilla in I7. And I think that's gonna be all. So with that, we can go ahead and place our buys and collect our incomes again. We'll be placing the fortification in progress in Paris, and the militia will also go in Paris. Alright, we collect 9. I'm not sure that checks out. If their income only increased by 1 this last German player turn, they should have started with 8 IPP last turn. I'll look into that. in a bit, but for now we'll just collect. Uh, yeah, we'll just collect the 9 and call it done. Alright, so with that, we will leave things there and pass things along for the next Italian turn. So we will leave things there and say best of luck on your next rolls.